Hey y'all, it's Maddie. So here's the deal. Last week I went to the Toronto International Film Festival with my major, and as homework, I have to do some movie reviews. We can either write them out or film them. And let's be real here, I'm not doing any more writing than I have to, so we are vlogging, people! This is the last of my 3 reviews. I also reviewed a Chinese film called Office and the press conference for The Room. So, links either in the doobly-doo or on my page. Go over there for those. And now, with no further ado, my last review is going to be for The Room. The Room is a movie starring Brie Larson based on the book by Emma Donoghue. It's about a girl who's kidnapped at 17 and she's kept in this one room. 2 years in, at age 19, she has a son. Her son is raised in this room for 5 years and it's all he knows. She's raised him so that he thinks this is the greatest place in the world rather than a prison. She finally gets to a point where she is so fed up with being in the room that she decides to chance it and try and get out. So about halfway through the film, her and her son escape from the room and have to adjust back to normal life. And the second half of the film is them adjusting back to normal life, while the first half of the film is just their life in the room. There's a lot of good things going on with this film. First of all, the acting is superb. Brie Larson just has such an amazing emotional range. And it's one of those things where at first I was like, she's totally playing someone who is younger than she is. Like, she's gotta be older than that. She doesn't seem young enough for this. And then in the press conference, she's like, yeah, I'm 25. And the character's 25. And I'm like, oh my goodness, how are you this awesome? Just her ability to understand the emotions of the characters and to research and just do all of the background research on her character and what her character would be feeling, and just the amount of dedication that comes through in the film is incredible. And then we have Jacob Tremblay, who plays her son. He is 8 years old and he also has an amazing range. Most kids don't have the range that he does. Brie Larson and Jacob Tremblay have amazing chemistry on screen. There was never a moment where I didn't buy them as mother and son. The story obviously is one of the film's strengths. I never read the books, so I don't know the source material at all. I've heard it's pretty close to the book, as close as it can be. Sometimes something that can be a flaw in a film, at least for me, is narration. And this film is narrated at times by Jacob Tremblay's character, the little boy. And it's very eloquently done. The narration is justified because it's like this little kid is telling us a story. He's telling us a story of his life. It never feels like he's telling us something that we should be seeing. The element of the film that really brought it all together for me was the cinematography and the sound. Because the cinematography made the small room just so dynamic, because they were actually filming in a very small soundstage. And for the first half of the film, it's just a mother and a son in a room. And so the actors have to have incredible control, but the camera work also has to be interesting, but not over the top. Because if the camera work is too big, suddenly you no longer buy it. The camera work is pretty normal in the first half of the film while they're in the room. But once they get out, there's a scene where Jacob Tremblay's character is in a truck and the camera is bumpy and shaky, but in a very calculated way. It's not shaky to be artistic or to be, edgy. It's shaky because that is how the character is feeling. That's what he's going through. He's experiencing this dysphoria because he's in a world he's never been in before, and the camera's shaking with him and it's bouncing and the light is coming in super bright into the lens and the sound is swelling in the theater of the soundtrack because all of the senses are bombarded, and you really get that with this shot. And it's that kind of thing that is done so well in this film. Without this intricate cinematography and sound, you really wouldn't have that third element that pulls it all together like it does. And that's why I think this film is the best movie I saw at the festival, because it has everything going for it. I didn't have anything really bad to say about this film. I'm trying to think of something bad to say, and I just felt like it was such a complete piece. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this film review. If you want more, like other than these three, maybe comment below and I'll maybe do some more? I don't know. Vlogging, what is it? Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope these made sense. Professor Donahue and Professor Cadell, thanks for taking us to Toronto. It was awesome. Also, thank you for letting me do my movie reviews in vlog form. That's way better than writing. Okay, I'll see you all later. Have a great night. Bye.